that because he doesn't know what an internal critique is. But he doesn't understand that the philosophers of old said that the sign of a mind, of a truly good mind, is that you can entertain a worldview and an argument without accepting it. That's how you know a worldview.
I think.
And him saying that if 100,000%.
So I don't have headphones.
Oh, you're good now. You're good.
You can hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, so I'm Farmryan. I rep the Bears. So in regards to the Trinity,
Yeah, no, forget the Trinity. Why did this guy set out the call to the Bears to call CPS on Jim Bob? I just played it.
So I came in when you were playing where he said he got CPS called on him. So tell me again what happened.
I just played it. So here's what he said. He said that if Jim Bob continues the escalation, that CPS will be called on him. That's what he said. His exact words. Can you justify that for me at all?
No, not really.
Okay, well then what do we have to talk about? Let's say that Owen's completely 100,000% correct, and that the Trinity is false, and that Orthodoxy is a completely false religion. And you justify him saying that if there was an escalation, that he was instructing people to call CPS.
Yeah, well, first of all, I can't justify anything that another man does. That's what they gotta do. And I got people in your chat calling me gamma and this and that, whatever. So I'm just gonna not look at that. That's hella distracting. How do I close that shit? So listen, if he's telling people to call CPS on somebody, just my gut instinct is that's wrong. But my next question would be,
why is it wrong?
Again, my next question would be
no, answer mine. And then I'll answer yours. Answer mine, then I'll answer yours. Why do you think that would be wrong for him to do?
My gut instinct, right, is that it's wrong, right? You're trying to corner me, but my gut instinct is that it's wrong because the assumption, right, which I clarified in my second, statement, is that it's baseless. Now, the second question would be...
Well, hang on. Before you say it's baseless, here, let's do this.
My gut instinct is
yeah, would you like for me to go back to the live stream? You can get out of the Discord and play the clip, or will you just take my word that that's what happened?
Well, hold on. I'm saying that you asked me if it was wrong or why it was wrong.
Yeah, why it's wrong.
Wrong if the claim that whatever claim he's making to CPS about Jim Bob is baseless. If it's baseless, then it's wrong. But like I said, my follow-up question would be, is there a basis for him to call CPS on Jim Bob? That's my next question.
Yeah, he's butthurt. That's his basis.
Well, okay, but again, that's your claim. I don't know the situation. I get that we're playing clips of each other and this and that and whatever. And if he did call CPS on him,
I didn't say he called him. I said that he made an instructive that if there was an escalation, he would call, or he was at least implying that the Bears needed to call CPS on Jim Bob.
Okay,
and I played the clip in context, right? I'm not going to take it out of context.
That's a conditional statement, and I'm not playing bear lawyer. I'm against the whole man on the land, sovereign citizen thing. So anybody tries to box me in that corner, I think it's stupid. I'm your paperwork guy, right? I'm open with that. Paperwork is key. But at the end of the day, if Owen feels whatever Jim Bob is doing is a threat to his family, or that Jim Bob is being some type of way that, I don't know, could be detrimental to his children, then he has claim to do it. If he's just saying it because, hey, you're being mean to me and I don't like that, so this is a retaliatory thing, then hey, but you got two men allegedly, and I have no idea. That's the thing about this, is we're playing this clip and we're playing that clip and we're being selective. And I haven't seen anything that Owen's put out because I haven't watched a stream of his since 2021. And
why are you defending him?
Because I'm a bear, and I don't think I'm not defending what Owen did.
Yeah, but doesn't it seem silly to you? Well, hang on. I've let you talk for a minute. Let me ask you a couple of questions. Do you think that it's wise to take the side of a person if you don't understand the situation?
Well, I don't think anybody can, and as much as you want to play selective clips, I don't think people are going to be educated on the whole scenario.
So I was present for the entirety of the debate. I was present for the entirety of the aftermath of the debate. I talk to Jim Bob almost daily. I understand what's going on both sides, which is why I'm not being selective. I'm not picking a narrative. I'm showing what happened.
You said you understand on both sides and you're not being selective, but you just said you talk to Jim Bob. Do you talk to Owen?
Owen doesn't. He won't talk to me.
Okay, so you have to be like selective.
I can't. No, it's not selection. If a person won't talk to you, you can only use their own words.
Okay, that's true, but you can not hear anything he has to say about those things. You can't ask him follow-up questions. You can use his own words.
But that would be on him, right?
It would be on him to tell you, but if you're presenting things to the public, but listen, just listen to me. If you're presenting things to the public, you're framing things from your point of view now, and all of your primary sources, this is how journalism works, are on a specific side, whereas all of his sources, like Bear Target Times and this and that, are on his side. So, for you to say that you're presenting,
we're going to get to the Bear Target. We're going to get
chopping up clips and putting them on the internet.
Dude, calm down.
I'm calm. I'm just making good points, and you're trying to interrupt me so you don't,
Well, how long do you get to talk before I get to talk? You tell me.
You can talk right now, bro.
Okay, great. So the Bear Target Times we're about to get to, but you say that I'm being selective, right? How is using the person's own words selective? If I put them in context.
Because just at a basic level, you're the one selecting the clips, man. It's like when I'm building an app, the customer might tell me, what they want, but at the end of the day, I'm making the selections because I'm putting it on the screen. You're the one putting it on the screen. Your boys are just.
If you use their words in context, what's selective about that? I would only be able to select the narrative, not the words. So are you accusing me of selecting a false narrative?
No, that's again. I'm not accusing you of selecting a false narrative.
So then you have to explain this to me. The only thing I could select would be a narrative. Is my narrative false or isn't it?
Your narrative, you have to just define that.
Do you know what okay, I'll define it. Do you know what the law of excluded middle is?
No, I don't.
Okay, it's either true or it's untrue. Is my narrative true or is my narrative untrue? It can only be one or it can only be the other. If it's true, then I'm not doing anything wrong. If it's untrue, then I am.
Then it's untrue because you just boxed it into a corner. Because for it to be true, it has to be totally true. And there's no way that you can tell me without fault that you're presenting an argument or a perspective that's totally true. So we can play these logic games all day, but at the end of the day, what you can't avoid is that you are only showing clips that you're choosing. I'm not saying that you're being biased necessarily, but the only person that you're getting your info from is Jim Bob. Are you going on Owen streams and watching all of
back up. Let's play the logic games. We'll go back to the I love the logic games because they're logical. So you're saying that I could... Hang on. Calm down. You're saying that I could never present a narrative that's totally true, correct?
Is that what I'm saying, that you couldn't? I'm not
yes,
saying
well, your exact words were you could never present a narrative that's totally true.
In your current state, you could never present a narrative that's totally true.
Can you present a narrative that's totally true?
Absolutely not. No.
So then why should I listen to anything you have to say?
Because there's some truth in your narrative. There's some truth in mine.
Are we just going with which narrative is more true? So if we have to go with which narrative is more true, hang on. So if we have to go with which narrative is the most true by your logic, hang on, calm down. Let me just finish, and I'll let you talk, bro. I promise. But let me finish. If we have to go with the narrative that is the most true, and I'm showing evidence for my narrative, where's your evidence for your narrative? Do you have any?
Yeah.
Show me it. Good. Let's see it.
Okay.
Post in the Discord.
Well, but what are we arguing about?
But nothing. You just claimed that you had evidence for your narrative. I want to see it.
What evidence you want, man? I'll post it. Like,
you're the one who claimed that my narrative could never be true, and that we just have to go off the narrative that's the most true. So I presented evidence for my narrative. So if we have to go with the one that's most true, mine must be most true unless you can present a counter narrative. That's logic. Can you or can't you?
I don't have to because my evidence right here. Hey, listen. I don't have to post this. Hold on. You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
That's because I'm not saying anything. I'm just listening.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at your mouth moving. Sorry.
Yeah, stop watching the YouTube stream and just pay attention to the Discord.
Oh, wait. I'm not even looking at Discord. I'm just like looking at my phone. So, listen. The evidence that what you can't say is totally true. Post video to that at large. Like, the fact that you're a fallible
Start over. You were breaking up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. The fact that you're a fallible human being, like with a limited scope of understanding, like we're all fallible. We understand things.
Yeah, so what? Go off the burden of evidence. That's what you want.
Yeah. Okay, so right, but what you have to realize,
so where's yours?
Right here, dude. Right here.
Show me.
I'm telling you. I just did. The fact that you
Where is it? Where can I see
the
it?
fact that you can't see the total scope of things, bro, means that you can't make.
Well, how do we make any decisions then if we can never understand the total scope of something?
By making them, dude.
By making them? Oh, that's genius logic.
In the world for me to need to do something, dude. Quit getting caught up in.
How am I supposed to be able to make decisions without 100% truthful evidence of that decision?
Guess what? I made the decision to go to a job interview today, and I didn't know if I was going to get it. Thank God I got it, okay? But I made the decision without having all of the information.
Is it 100% true? Is it 100% true that you went to a job interview today?
It's 100% true, but you don't know that.
Then we can have 100% truth.
Okay.
I just got done saying that we couldn't, and yet now you're saying we can. I'm very confused.
No, very fair. But when we're talking
now, can you reconcile that for me?
100%. 100%. Look, if I say, like, in my limited scope of understanding of the world, there's no way for me, because I remember doing it, to disprove to myself that I went there. But hypothetically, bro, what if we're in a simulation? Did I really go there? Bro, your knowledge ends somewhere. Your knowledge ends somewhere. And we appeal to reason all day, and that's absolutely great. I'm not saying we don't appeal to reason. That would be an unreasonable statement, and I don't think I'm an unreasonable guy. Here's what is reasonable. It's reasonable to assume that it's wrong for Owen to be sharing videos and pictures or whatever of Jim Bob's wife. There's no reason for him to put that on the internet. That's a super low blow. Anybody that says otherwise, whatever, there's no real excuse for it. Is that how we normally behave? Absolutely.
And what are you defending?
What I'm defending is the Bears and what Owen started and what Jim Bob was a part of. And like what he's now seeking.
Until he was blackmailed?
Dude, it's Owen's platform. At the end of the day, like if you want
to says it's not Owen's platform, but I just need you to respond. So here's my narrative, and I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for any evidence to the contrary, and I provided huge amounts of evidence using Owen's own words in this very stream. You can back the stream up and watch it for your. Hang on, I just let you talk for a long time. Give me a second. My narrative is that Jim Bob was blackmailed by Owen Benjamin, that Owen Benjamin knew he was blackmailing him, that Owen Benjamin did an entire stream explaining that it was blackmail. That part of the reason for the justification of the blackmail is because he felt that Jim Bob was not understanding his place in the world. And because he wasn't understanding his place in the world, he needed to be put back in his place. And that's what the blackmail was for. This is exactly his own words. Walk right through, clip together so that you could see where you're saying, hang on, I'm almost done, and then you'll have the floor, I promise. I showed all that evidence, all that proof, right? You're coming in and saying, Well, if you don't know 100% what's true, because nothing's 100% true, why present the narrative? And it's like, well, we have two options there. Either A, you don't believe that something could be 100% true, which you just countered your own narrative by saying it was 100% true you went to a job interview, or B, we have to go with the most true narrative based on, we have to go to the most true narrative based on the evidence. Do you have any?
About what? Dude.
About the fact, do you have a counter to the fact that Jim Bob was blackmailed? Jim Bob was blackmailed, yes or no?
That's bad.
Jim Bob was blackmailed, yes or no?
Bad boy.
Was he blackmailed or not?
Was he? No, I think so. Based on what I've seen.
Okay, then what are you arguing?
That what Jim Bob is now doing, or okay, bad boy Owen. Bad boy. Do you need like a bear to just admit that he's a bad boy?
Yeah, well, I need people who blackmail other people to admit they blackmailed them. Yes.
Worse. I've done worse shit. He's a bad boy.
So that's a justification that you're worse?
Oh my God, it's a justification. No, I'm just saying I can fucking understand how somebody could get to a point
where they blackmail other people using pictures of their children. What point would that be for you?
I've done some very degenerate things.
What point would that be for you that you blackmail a person using their family pictures? Would it be losing a debate? Would that be your threshold?
Yeah, I think that's baby behavior. Oh, you lost the debate, so therefore you blackmail somebody. Okay.
Then what are you arguing with me about?
And it's been exposed for how long? Like a month?
Then what are you arguing? No, it hasn't been exposed for a month. What are you arguing with me about then? If you agree with me that this is baby bitch shit, that you don't blackmail people over a fucking debate, what are you fighting with me over?
It's kind of baby shit, bro.
What?
And the only
what is he doing that's incorrect? Tell me a moral thing Jim Bob's doing. Tell me a single moral thing he's doing that's wrong by exposing that he was blackmailed by a psychopath. One, just make a single fucking argument for what Jim Bob's doing that's incorrect. One.
I love how you told me to calm down and now you're yelling. So one thing.
What's he doing that's immoral? One immoral thing he's doing. One.
Immoral that he's making these jokes and shit, but they're not funny. To me, it's
what's the immoral thing he's doing?
Okay, here's your answer, bro. The immoral thing he's trying to do, from my point of view, from my limited understanding, my limited knowledge and perspective, right? My opinion, right? The thing that I'm standing on here is that he's trying to tear down a community and rip people away from this evil cult leader so that they don't fall into
the guy who blackmailed him.
Yeah, dude, this guy that did some dirty shit and then fucking.
Why would that be wrong? Why is that immoral?
I'm not saying that he didn't do some dirty shit, but the fact that Jim Bob went.
Why would that be immoral, though? Why don't you answer my question? Why would it be immoral if somebody blackmailed you to expose it and then take away their community because now the community knows that they blackmail people? Why is that wrong?
Hey, did he already expose it? Yes or no? Answer me now.
Well, yeah, well, he exposed it, but there's more to expose. There's more to expose.
Now he's making a bunch of not funny jokes.
No, there's more to expose.
Okay, there's more. Well, then keep exposing it.
That's what he's doing, so what's the problem? That's exactly what he's doing.
Whatever, man. If he wants to expose it, by all means. If you want to just document
then we're all in agreement.
No. We're not in agreement because at the end of the day, the motive, bro, is he's trying to tear down the community. And that's dumb.
Why is that immoral? If a community leader blackmails people, why is that immoral?
The community's better than your community because it's a good community.
It's a good community led by people who blackmail other people? What makes that good?
But is Owen...
just answer my fucking question, bro.
What was your question? Is it
if
good
you have a community leader who blackmails other people,
it's bad. It's bad behavior.
Then why shouldn't he go out of his way to tear a community like that down?
Okay. All right. There you go. Go out of his way to tear a community like that down. You're talking about
what's wrong with that? Why is that immoral?
No. What's wrong? You're telling me that him tearing down one individual versus a community
You mean a community based on that one individual?
Yeah, dude.
The whole community's based on the one individual. What do you mean?
Yeah, bro. Oh, dude, my whole life is based off the one individual, bro. That I don't even.
No, that whole community, the whole bear community is based around one individual.
Realize how lame Jim Bob looks? Like you're in bed with him.
I don't. You haven't made a single argument for what he's doing that's wrong.
Bro, you're gonna look back on this in 2 years and realize that you did have a limited understanding, and you just won't admit it up front. I'm not saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying you can put all the evidence out there, and hey, guess what? Put the truth out there. I'm good with that. If you want to expose the truth, absolutely, dog. Do your thing.
Awesome.
I'm not against that. But to sit there and say that it is morally correct to tear down a community that in a world that needs.
That's what I'm saying. Let me make my... Now, hang on.
No, that is what you said. You said that he is going...
No, I'm affirming it. I'm affirming it.
Bro, you're not backing out of that.
If you would listen, I'm affirming what you're saying. I'm affirming it. Do you understand what affirming means? I agree with you. That's what that means. I 100% agree with you. Hang on, let me finish. Let me finish now. I agree with you 100% that a community leader which blackmails members of its community should get torn down. Why is that morally wrong for the 800th time?
Hey, listen.
Why is it morally wrong? Why is it morally wrong? Why?
This is next to another. Because there's more to the story. There has to be, bro.
Then show it. Then show it.
Dude,
you don't have nothing. You have nothing.
You're right, bro. You're right. I don't have anything. I'm telling you what you're right about, and I'm telling you what you're wrong about. And you're literally just trying to argue with me that you know more than me. Therefore, you have to know everything.
By your metrics, I have to go by the most evidence.
By my metrics, you still don't know a lot, dude. You have such a limited...
Well, why can't you beat me in this argument, then? You seem to suck at it. I haven't muted you. We've had a nice back-and-forth exchange. The reason that you lose is because you're wrong. If a community leader is doing fucked up shit, then why wouldn't you tear down the community leader? And if that leads to the fall of that community, why is that immoral? You haven't answered that.
No. I never said that tearing down the community leader then results in the community tearing down.
Well, that's what it does. The community is based around one person. So what's the other side effect of that?
The community is based on one person, and therefore the community doesn't, does that also mean the community doesn't exist outside of that person?
That's correct. The Bears don't exist outside of Owen Benjamin. That's correct.
Okay, well, that's your first well, not your first, but that's the biggest logical flaw you could possibly say. If Owen died tomorrow, would there be no Bears?
They would disperse. That's correct. They all gravitate around this singular individual. That's correct.
Really?
Okay, so let me ask you this. Did they exist? Did the Bears exist?
Just keep talking to each other. You're ridiculous, bro.
Did the Bears exist pre-Owen?
No, dude. Did the church exist, pre-Christ? Is Christ still here?
Yeah, I don't care about any of that. Did the Bears exist pre-Owen or not?
It's no logical. Where are you going with this?
I'm just asking you a simple-ass question. Did the Bears exist pre-Owen?
It's just like I was making the point, the church didn't exist before Christ. Let's stop this stupid stuff, man.
Okay, it's not stupid. I'm asking you specifically, if the community, which is based 100% around a singular individual, didn't exist without that singular individual. If that singular individual is gone, either you have one of two choices. Either A, another individual will come up and take the slack, or B, that community disperses, like all cults in history always have.
Okay, so now you're calling it a cult. Okay, great.
Yeah, it's a cult.
I don't listen to the cult leaders, so I'm,
Well, that's
not
good.
a very good cult. Not a very good cult, dude. I'm still a part of the community. I do business with Bears. You can't tell me that if Owen leaves, that I'm...
I don't have a problem with Bears.
Okay. I don't care about that. It's
apparently you care about that, but I don't have any issue. I don't have any problem with Bears. I have a problem with this guy blackmailing in broad daylight another man, and then threatening to call CPS on his children and break his entire family up, and you still haven't given me an argument for why he should not defend himself against that.
Well, because have you heard of the Fifth Amendment, dude? It's why would I? And why would I? If I haven't, you have all the evidence in the world, right, bro? You're daddy correct over here. But assuming you don't know everything, if if there's more to the story, I'd rather not be putting my shit on the internet and getting caught up. I mean, there's so many reasons.
What does that mean, Daddy Correct? Does that mean that I have actual evidence and you don't have anything other than your opinion and you don't even understand the situation? You literally don't even understand the situation. How is it not humiliating for you that you don't even understand the situation but are willing to jump on?
How humiliating is it that you don't understand that in business relationships, like, things go south and people get personal?
Understanding that would not make my argument less valid.
Wait, who's the one that uploaded private shit in the first place? It was Jim Bob.
No, it was not. It was Owen.
I thought Jim Bob put something on unauthorized.
Well, you were incorrect.
Well, they were trying to get it down, were they not?
No, you're incorrect. Your timeline narrative is already incorrect. You don't know what you're talking about.
Whatever, dude. And the fact.
Why do you whatever me? Why don't you just say, like, look, I don't know.
Bro, like, you don't understand everything. Like, when did they first meet? Like, do you know what lawyers do when they try to get to the bottom of something?
Yes.
They ask so many questions, dog.
Like I'm doing right this second.
Yeah, but you're starting from where you think is best, bro.
I start at the beginning of the timeline, like a smart person.
Yeah, but, an even smarter person would go back and look at the history of the two individuals.
I did that too, which is why I was just showing the history of the two individuals before you called in.
Okay. And you have, like, all the evidence in the world and this and that. And so, like I said...
Right, that's right. I have all the evidence and this and that.
I don't agree with several of the things that you've said, so I don't know why we're arguing that.
That's right. I don't know why we're arguing either. It sounds like you're in absolute agreement with me.
No, I'm not. It's not okay to
Well, then that's why we're arguing, because you say you're not in agreement with me, but won't tell me what you're in disagreement with.
I just did. It's not okay to tear down the community. That's morally incorrect.
Well, you're not. Hang on. Why would it be morally incorrect to tear if the community disperses because this guy gets torn down for blackmailing? Why do you think that that's better? It's better to leave it. Hang on. Let me finish my question, and I'll let you answer, I promise. Why would you think that it's better to leave a corrupt official or a corrupt leader in power who has blackmailed and threatened to call the feds on another individual, and if they disperse, the community disperses? Why do you think that that's bad?
I don't think that it's bad.
Well, then there's nothing to argue about.
Dog, I'm going to tell you what I don't think is bad before you talk for me. God, I don't think it's bad to present objective, truthful evidence and try to push a narrative and try to tell people what is true. I don't think that that's bad. If you're going to expose Owen, expose Owen. You're not going to stop, just like he's not going to stop streaming, just like the people that voluntarily give him money and support him, even though he has flaws and has done bad, naughty things, are going to continue to voluntarily do. They're going to just do it. We're all going to just keep doing our things after this live stream. So here's the deal. I think it's morally wrong for him to try to tear down the community. That's a separate issue from exposing what Owen did to him and how he burned him. I think it would behoove
that doesn't make any
Owen.
sense.
I think it would behoove Owen to get online and issue an apology. And I'm sure to some extent he either hasn't, or maybe he's cried about it, or whatever. I have heard.
Why won't he just come? So let me ask you this: why won't he just come either right this second, or he can schedule it later and actually confront the people who are making these accusations and have him speak for him himself? And then, you know how men make peace? They make peace through confrontation.
Yeah, I agree. But
where is this pussy?
But who?
Owen fucking Benjamin. Where is he?
Dude, I can't answer that.
That's right. And you're never going to be able to answer that because he's hiding and crying. That's where he is.
Okay, but you can't answer it either.
I can answer whatever you've asked me and have every single question.
I mean, but you can't know the full scope of it. Like you're saying that.
Oh, you can't know. Oh, okay. Well, can you know anything? Hey, can you know anything? Can you know anything?
Your testimony would not stand in court.
The amount of evidence that I showed absolutely would stand in court.
You speaking for Owen, like you're saying, well, he's hiding in the woods.
Well, no, Owen can speak for himself. But hang on. If a person goes to court, they don't have to testify at all. You agree that that's true, right?
Right, I brought that up, yes.
Okay, so if that's true, then you are at the mercy of the evidence that's presented against you. Is that correct?
Great. And so
hang on. So what if we learned? What if we learned?
No. Goodness gracious. All I'm saying is open yourself up to the fact that you're don't know
right now.
So far, I agree with you on the evidence that you presented because by the same logical rules and principles that you follow, hey, they work on me too, man. There are just distinct truths in this reality that I can't change. And when I see something, I can't unsee it. And I agree, okay? And the things that we agree on, I have specifically stated them.
We've agreed on everything.
Good to tear down the community. If you want to expose what he did, expose what he did. You're not going to stop. I already said it. Just like the people that are choosing to follow him despite what he did to Jim Bob. And I'm talking about people that
those are immoral people.
Dude, you can't just say,
hello?
Well, that person's immoral.
What? Hold on. Not right this second. Why?
I'm sitting in a rocking chair. How's that, baby?
All right, give me like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, but because
yes,
you're here for whatever. Okay, you can. You can do whatever you want. Okay, fine.
No, but I mean, I can logically justify why they would be immoral people.
Logically justify it, and I could probably sit here and out-reason it, but I'm not.
Find out. Let's find out. Let's find out if that's true.
No, I don't agree with you.
Let's find out if it's true that you don't agree with me, because thus far you've agreed with everything that I've said.
Hey, I don't disagree that it's immoral for him to blackmail people. Okay, I don't disagree that it's immoral.
So why would it be moral for you to follow a person who blackmails people if you think that the things that they're doing are immoral? I'd like to know.
Hey, guess what? Are they still? Is he still blackmailing? Did he pray to God in his heart and tell him that he's sorry?
So that's what you say to a murderer? Is he still murdering?
Like, yeah.
Is that what you say? Like, honestly.
As Christians.
Do you say to murderers, as long as they're not still murdering?
Do I say it to them? I haven't really spoken with them.
Would you? Or would you think, hey, they did something that's so heinous, they're not worth talking to. They're not worth following anymore. They're doing immoral things. Right?
You gotta give them context. Who died?
Let's just say some guy fucking murdered some other guy, right? Who's a leader who you followed. And he murdered him in cold blood. And he tells you, he makes justifications to you for why he did it, because he thought that this guy was getting out of his element. He was moving out of his lane. And so he needed to kill him in order to put him, control his community. Would you still be a part of that community and follow that guy, even though he did such a heinous and immoral act, or no?
Depends if I'm hungry and he's got food, man. More than likely not.
So basically you're saying that you're an immoral human being. And that based on whatever your material conditions are, if the material conditions are improved by somebody else, you'll do immoral things.
What's immoral? What does he have?
Well, in this particular case, you said if that guy has food and I want the food, I'll do it.
If I take a job at the White House, right, and I know they're drone striking Syrian kids, is it immoral for me to take a job at the White House and scrub the toilets? No, dude.
Yes.
No, it's not. It's not. Relax, bro. Relax. Take money. Hey, man, Daniel works for the king. Don't tell me that, G.
Don't tell you the truth? That it's immoral to follow immoral men?
It's immoral for me to be employed by somebody who's immoral.
Yeah.
When I need substance. Everybody needs, okay. Well then I'm so
wrong. Tell me how I'm wrong. Jay, all you gotta do is tell me how I'm wrong.
Hey, well, you're wrong right now for accepting any super chats because YouTube gets 30% of that hoe. And you know what they are. They're promoting this and that and the other. And we don't even have to get into it.
But we can. I'm happy to get into it.
I know it's okay for you, but it's not okay for me. I know. That's how
there's nothing immoral in that relationship at all.
Okay. Right, YouTube isn't actively promoting, the changing of your child's gender through YouTube.
They are. They also actively promote my show.
Okay, so it benefits you. Therefore,
no, it's not because it benefits me. It's because there's at least some type of egalitarian playing field that right-wing content can exist along with left-wing. That doesn't make it evil.
Yeah, but when somebody donates to the platform and they get a cut of it, you are funding that, dude. Hey,
I'm also funding myself as a narrative counter to that.
Hey, guess what? The dude in the White House gives me a platform to start a church. That's a good thing, right?
Dude in the White House doesn't do that. You said you were scrubbing toilets.
Yeah, but the dude I'm working for, Mr. JoJo, Striker, expressionaire, like whatever, dude.
So you're
like,
saying, so now you're changing the hypothetical and you're saying
No, I'm not.
that
It's-
if you worked for Joe Biden scrubbing toilets, but the purpose of the money that you got from this immoral man was to start a church in order to counter his narrative, would that be moral? I would say so.
Okay, would it be immoral for me to, work for the man so that I could get money to feed my family and not start a church?
Possible. Depends on the context. But generally speaking, you'd have to agree with me that following immoral men is immoral.
Okay, well, show me a man that's not immoral other than Jesus Christ. Goodness gracious.
Well, but we have repentance for this. We
Okay,
understand.
well, then
Where's the repentance? Where's the repentance
I
from
don't know
Owen?
because I don't watch your streams.
Right, so you don't even know what you're talking about.
No, I do. I know Jim Bob's trying to tear down the community. That's wrong. Like,
He's trying to tear down the leader. He's trying to tear down the leader of the community. You're saying the community will disperse as a result of that, so therefore follow immoral people.
I said multiple times that the community's not going to disperse, that people are going to keep sending the money and doing what they're going to do.
Yeah, but what if Owen Benjamin wasn't in play? What happens to the community then?
I'm still going to be doing business and talking to bears, dude. Like,
Right, so you would follow a different leader, right?
I don't currently follow a leader. It's a community, bro. Like,
With
we're
a
all
leader?
individuals working together.
Does it have a leader?
I don't follow anybody, so who's my leader?
Why would you defend a community
I'm
that revolves
defending-
around a leader if the leader is immoral?
I'm just, just because like you won't even reason with me on legitimate things. I might as well just start being.
There's nothing I'm being unreasonable about.
The community exists outside of him, Andrew. By the way,
I agree that the human beings, the people that take these bear names, exist outside of Owen Benjamin. However, bears themselves.
Those bears will still exist, bro.
Yes, I agree that those people will still exist, but the community in which is
what is that group of
yeah,
people
but
called? The bears, and what is the bears?
stop.
I mean,
You're cutting me off, so I can't actually explain my argument. You tell me when you want me to explain my argument, and then I will.
your argument sucks. The
How do
bears.
you know? You haven't heard it.
Okay, go for it.
Are you sure this time? Can I actually explain it before you cut in?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let me just try to help you out here. The community itself, the Bears, were started by Owen Benjamin. If Owen Benjamin was no longer in play, let's say tomorrow morning he woke up and had a fucking heart attack, God forbid, and I'm not wishing that on the guy, by the way, but let's just say that in a hypothetical that happened. If that were to happen, you would agree that the community which revolves around him would disperse and make different isolated communities. Correct?
So the community would balkanize.
Correct.
I think that would occur.
Right. So, if that occurs, each one of those balkanized communities will have now its own new leadership. Agree or disagree?
Agree, but that's no different.
Then there's nothing, again, that you're disagreeing with me about.
Yes,
Nothing.
That's no different from the current situation.
That is the current situation.
The current situation has always been like there's community leaders. There's somebody that organizes bear meetups like in every area, and they're the ones that always do it.
They all gravitate around a single individual. That's how cults work.
We're talking about multiple single individuals here. I mean,
Yeah, but they all gravitate around a single individual.
I mean, we all know who deep inside the rabbit hole is, and we all know like they're just people that we all
Yeah,
subscribe
they
to.
all revolve around a single individual. Why do you keep ducking that? They do.
Is this a cult because we're all revolving around you right now?
None of you are revolving around me. I refuse to have parasocial relationships with people.
Okay, well, I'm not nobody's revolving around Owen, dude. Like, I don't know anybody in my life ever that has, like...
Good, okay. Well, then give me one of your bear contacts that you met that was not due to the factor that we can trace back to Owen.
What do you mean? I met them because of Owen starting...
Then shut up, you fucking idiot. God, it's just fucking... You're so stupid, I can't even take it anymore. Right? I can't even fucking take it. The cognitive dissonance is too much. It's too much. I gave you your time. You can't say I fucking didn't. Holy shit. But that was it right there at the end. I'm sorry. Unfucking believable. Stupid motherfucker. Now where's Davey Crocco? He's been waiting patiently. I told him I'd get him in here. I did tell him I'd get him in here, and I will. We still got a ton of show to go over, but I do want to get Davy Crocco in. Hang on. Little intel here. 1 second. Yeah, there's only so much of that I can fucking take. Only so much I can fucking take. I'm willing to humor the arguments, but when they're so fucking stupid, when you just end up agreeing with everything that I say over and over and over and over again, but then claim that you're disagreeing, we get fucking nowhere with that. You know what I mean? Just nowhere. Hang on, 1 second. Yeah, exactly. You're wrong because my feet. Just silly. Everything he says, he's like, I have no evidence. I can't counter your narrative. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking. You know what I mean? Gave him everything that he could possibly have needed to drop my argument, but he just couldn't. He can't do it. None of them can ever fucking do it. It's fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, get back to the show here. One more time. Davy Crocco says 20 minutes. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Unbelievable. Now we were back on the blackmail stuff.
How about this for
We have to go back before we go forward. And we were watching Owen Benjamin cry. And I did enjoy that, not gonna lie. So here we go.
And like a child would, because that's a comedic way of looking at life. I am a comedian. I'm not a special boy with scrolls. That's why I like Missouri, calling itself the show me state. I'm like, show me. You guys can't even stand up against sodomy because you don't want to be called a bad word. You know, bitch, you're a bitch. See, I'm back, baby. I got my joy back. But what I do know is bullshit. I know bullshit when I hear it. And people that think you need to know what the word hermeneutics means to know God are full of fucking bullshit. And that's not personal. I like you.
First of all, just so all of you know, the word's not hermeneutics, right? But even if it were, no, that's true. Jim Bob, by the way, would never make the argument that you need to know what the word hermeneutics or hermeneutics means in order to know God. He would never say that. He would just say that if you're going into a debate about biblical theology, that hermeneutics will condense down the concept of we're talking about this thing. So your hermeneutics are incorrect. You're basically saying that in the condensed form